y'all niggas, bruh? Welcome to the first episode of Everything is Mid, hosted by me and my boy right here. Say what's up to the world, Rio.
Riooblivion. You already know what the fuck going on.
You already know what the
You
fuck
feel
going on.
me?
Hey, I'm gonna put his socials on the screen, bruh. Follow both our socials. What I'm saying, we met in this Discord for the channel THC Temple, and we linked up on this music shit, and we've been just linking up being homies ever since, bro. Like it's really fire, and we never even met. This some like internet Brockhampton shit. You know, we never even, but we just
Literally.
yeah. So
And yes, before anybody in the comments say something, yes, I'm drinking water out of a fucking Spider-Man. Cause look, niggas got little siblings. It be like that.
niggas got little siblings. It be like that. Wait, why would the niggas in the comments think you not drinking water though?
No, it's the fact that it's a Spider-Man cup that I had to explain. Cause I'm like, I feel like somebody could be like, bro, this nigga drinking out of a kid cup.
These niggas drinking out of a kid cup. Oh my god, bro. Niggas who are searching that be the hating it. That be the biggest fans, bro. For real, like really.
Bro,
You searching,
niggas,
you watching every frame to see the cup the nigga drinking out of. Gotta be
damn, that
kidding
nigga
me.
got dust in the corner.
That nigga got damn. That nigga got a stain on his white shirt. Like,
Bro, I got a stain on my black shirt. On the white part.
damn. What type of shirt is that? Go ahead and stand. Show the
I
niggas the drip, man.
You wanna know what's crazy? All right, look, I ain't gonna show the whole drip from the waist down because, like, the waist down, I'm just wearing some bullshit ass track pants. But like, it's just a regular ass flannel I got from like H&M or some shit a long ass time ago. And this shirt is actually my girlfriend's shirt, and like, we actually don't know what it's from though. Like, it just got some random, I think, Japanese text on it and shit. But it looked fire as hell. It looked all demonic and shit. I fuck with it. That's why I sold it.
Nah, admit it. You got your dick out under the. You don't got your. I thought you had your dick out
No,
under the
no
hair. And
dick
I was like,
out.
boy, it just admit it. You got your dick out.
Bro, you thought I was doing the Donald Duck?
Yeah, just sometimes you just got to, man. Sometimes you just gotta have your dick out. Like you know, sometimes like if you were like a
Bro,
simulator,
I can't do it. I feel too vulnerable.
like
I
you
feel
actually
too
stand up, like you
vulnerable.
get excited and stand up, be like, hell yeah, nigga, you spin oh shit, like
No, bro, I gotta have pants on, bro. I can't be walking around pantsless. I'll feel vulnerable as hell. Cause what if somebody break in your house, like, and you got your dick out? Like,
then they gonna leave. See, like
no, it ain't not.
really, I feel like if you walk in
Some people
somebody.
is sick, bro.
Imagine if somebody try to rob you, right? And you lay down on the like you just sitting on the couch butt ass naked, and somebody walk in, and then they see you like they gonna be kind of like, whoa, nigga. Then at that point, you know, you reach for that motherfucker, you go like, this might be
See, you right. But I'm a different type of nigga. If I was robbing a nigga and he had his dick out, I'm gonna laugh and then pistol whip him and proceed to rob him.
you be like, ah, nigga, look at this, bitch.
Bitch, that ain't what I came here for. Give me the money.
That ain't what I came for, nigga. Like, I feel like the real like sadistic ass niggas, they actually get off on that low key. Like, you ever seen City of God?
Bro, I ain't never seen City of Gods, but like, it's some shit where like niggas will rob a nigga and like make him strip and walk home naked. That's
Right.
some crazy shit.
It's be the sadistic niggas that's really like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you just want this nigga to like, it's
Yeah.
more than you just want his money now. Like, you want that power. Like that. It's kind of
But
kinky.
you know how evil my mind low key is?
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I understand it. Like, if you really hate a nigga so much and like you want to like humiliate this nigga in front of the whole neighborhood, I do it. Like nigga, take all your shit, go walk home, nigga. In the middle of the winter, bro.
But it's like, what drives that though? What makes people so like, oh yeah, I'm so like what like I just want the money. I don't care about the humiliation. Like some niggas really just want to like have. I guess they just want to have power over somebody.
I feel like it's some personal shit. Like, cause that's the thing about robberies and like the different ways that robberies end. Cause like it's certain robberies where a nigga just trying to take your chain, your watch, or like your money or whatever the fuck you got this value. Like them type of robberies are pretty clean. Like they might pistol whip you or like beat your ass if you being uncooperative. But most of the time, if you just let them, you just like you play ball. You know, you like you play nice. You let the niggas take your shit and then live to see another day, you'll be fine. But like them like robberies where it turned to murders and like a nigga take your shit and still kill you, like that Gunu shit, like that shit is crazy. Like, and then I'm only bringing up the Gunu shit, not even on no like disrespectful shit. Like all respect to Gunu, but it's just that situation is crazy as fuck to me because them niggas robbed him and apparently like he gave them his shit and they still killed him when he was walking away. So that's why I say like it's really some personal shit. Like if some shit in that way where they either humiliate you or like kill you or brutalize you, they just personally didn't like your ass. Like that was just some whole
Real
vendetta
shit.
type shit.
Nigga probably have like a nice ass job. So he's like, you know what? Let's fuck up Gunu. Like he just hate that nigga, bruh.
Dog,
That
like
nigga.
it,
What do you think about that situation that they had his body up in the club? What do you think about that?
that shit was crazy, and it's like I feel two different ways about it. Cause like on one hand, it's like this is me and like my opinion. Like take away the whole like family shit, take away the context. Just me. Like I'm not a religious person, but I'm a spiritual person and I believe in like certain shit and I don't like to play around with certain shit. And I
Right.
feel like having his body up there in the Amiri fit and like all that shit, I feel like y'all playing around. Like even though it was a ceremony to respect him and shit, but I feel like y'all playing around with death. Like y'all playing around with some shit that shouldn't be played around with. Like the world, like them two worlds shouldn't mix. Like you really dabbling into some whole other shit when you get to doing that. But also, like there are other cultures like in the Caribbean and like in Africa where shit like that is actually common. Like where like they'll have the family member like standing up or some shit at the funeral. So like on that level, I respect it, and like on the level that like his family wanted it and all that shit, I kind of respect it because like what I'm gonna tell the nigga mama that she wrong.
Fat like honest. I guess he didn't really have any dying wishes, but it's like I guess if the family want, I guess that's the next best thing. The family wanted him to be up there like that. And Gunu, I don't know what Gunu's ethnicity. Like the nigga could be like Caribbean or something. I personally don't
Yeah,
know, but it's like I just think that shit is like you said, that shit should not be played. I think that shit is real fucking creepy. Just cause nigga, you stuffed up a dead body and he just like it's just real dystopian to me. Like
and I'm bro the type of person I am. Like I don't even like going to funerals. Like I do because I have to, but like I don't like going to funerals and shit because it's like I feel like I don't want to see that person like that. You know, like if you
right,
see somebody every day, you see them, they happy, they shit like, and then they die for whatever reason. I ain't trying to see them laying in a casket. Like if they did, then they did, and that's that. But I want the only memories about them to be like memories of them alive and like all the good shit and all the happy shit. I don't want to like think about them and then remember them laying in the fucking casket looking crazy. Like, cause even like on the celebrity level, like that Gunu shit was low key haunting to me. Cause now that image forever stuck in my brain to this nigga dead body standing up in a nightclub. And then same shit with like King when 6ix9ine posted King Von fucking autopsy picture, that shit is stuck in my head forever. Like that's a graphic ass image, and like you shouldn't see people like that. Like I feel like it's kind of like unnatural to see people dead for like I
that's
don't know.
that's why a nigga like me, I don't even want to get buried. I want to be cremated and then I want my ashes to be spread. Like I'm not into the whole idea of keeping people. The idea of keeping people bodies around was so weird to me. Like my mom go to the cemetery where my grandma at the time, and it's like I get it, but at the same time, it's like I really wouldn't want my family to like worship or cherish my fucking dead body like decomposing. Like nigga, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'd rather my ashes
yeah.
be spread. Just like let go, bro. I'm dead. Like you gonna
And
dig
then
the body up, bro? You gonna dig the body up
they
if
put
you
the makeup on you and shit, bro.
Oh, that shit, bro. When I saw that shit for the first time at my grandma's funeral, I was like, what the fuck? She was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Why did, imagine being a nigga that has to do that? Like, get a dead body and just be like, doll him up. The fuck? That's
Yeah,
weird.
that
And then they bury her
that
in
shit.
those clothes. That shit is weird. I don't want to know what's in that grave at this point. It's been 10 years.
But you wanna know what's fucked up? That just reminded me of this fucked up ass bar from this song.
What song is it? Or what's the bar?
Man, the bar, I can't remember the exact bar, but this nigga said something like his op died in the same clothes that he got buried in. Like that's so fucked up and crazy. Cause if that nigga got shot, you talking about this nigga dead body in the fucking casket in the funeral home with bullet holes in it. That's some crazy ass shit. That's some insanity, bro. Like, come on, dog.
I'll die in the same. Imagine if it was his favorite fit too. Nigga, I know if I were getting buried, I don't want to get buried in no fucking suit, nigga. Bury me in my like, bro. I'd rather
Bro,
get I'd
bury me in some fly shit, bro.
I'd
Like
rather get
some
buried in
grunge
I'd rather
shit.
get buried in a white tee, bro. To be honest, I'd rather get buried in anything I actually would have worn on any given day. Isn't that the point? Like,
Literally.
nigga, bury me in my wife beater. You know what I'm saying?
Low key, I fuck with that idea, low key. Like bury me in like a fit. Like bury me in a fit, like one of my
Yeah.
favorite outfits. Like go on my Instagram or some shit and find like my favorite little shit, like and put that on me. Fuck it.
Hey, so I wrote down the
Some
topics that we was going that we texted each other and shit. So one right off the bat that I was really ready to get into is the incel podcast. Like when you wrote up fresh and fit and
oh
that
my
shit, I was
god.
ready to talk about that.
Plot twist. This is the incel podcast. No, I'm
Yeah,
playing, I'm
nigga.
playing,
You
I'm
know what?
playing.
Men
Um,
men should be able to cheat on their women at least 5 times a year, while women have to stay like them
a
niggas.
year, you should be allowed to cheat 5 times a day.
Yeah, honestly, I got quotas to meet, man.
No, but look, we playing. We ain't serious. But look, all right. On a serious note, though, the incel like men's right community, the whole like that whole like incel community, red pill, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that shit is a whole bizarro land, and like it always leads to some whole other shit. Cause you always notice patterns with these type of groups, like niggas who hate gays usually are gay themselves or like had some bad experience in the past. Niggas who hate on women usually have mommy issues or like some type of shit like that. Like it always comes back to something, bro. And like all these niggas, it's just weird as shit. Like I don't know. And all right, you go ahead, tell you like voice your opinion on it because
I
I got to
just
get
feel
my thoughts
like
together.
the whole movement. I feel like first like just the suspicion in me. Feel like a lot of these niggas who do this shit, they really like they perpetrate like they really don't believe that. They just know that men and women they'll always for some reason be in conflict. So they just exacerbate that and then sell these like lonely ass niggas who think way too highly of themselves. They're like, bro, it's not that you don't have good social skills. It's not that you don't have a personality. It's not that you don't
Yeah,
treat women with decent. It's not that you don't take basic care of yourself. It's because women are this, women are that. Like it's addictive in a way that like it gives people a perspective that's not usually seen, but it's a very toxic perspective. It's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
women. It's all women's fault, and this culture worships women, so that's why you can't get any, and that's why you should treat. Well, it's like the niggas who watch this shit. I don't see them with hella bitch. Like I've never seen a nigga with hella bitches talking about, yeah, man, watching Fresh and Fit changed my life.
bro. And it's like it's always so much aggression behind it and shit. And it's just like none of these niggas get bitches. Like that's
Yeah, where they
just
bitches
period.
at?
Cause it's like, and then it's like if they do get bitches, they probably treat. All right, and also no disrespect to the women. When we say get bitches, we like no disrespect,
Yeah,
but like man, it's not looking good. We talking about incels and we using the word bitch. All right, let me. All right. So these niggas don't be getting girls, and if they do get girls, they treating said girls terribly. Probably
or they're paying them to
like
be there. I feel like a lot of these niggas like Fresh. I feel like you know those like annoying ass Latinas that be on Fresh and Fit. They definitely be paid to be there. I feel like both them niggas is some simp ass niggas. Like they
I
definitely
feel
getting
like them
paid.
niggas be paying the fuck.
Yeah,
They either pay the fuck or they like they wild a bitch with their money type shit. Like they'll pull up in like some rental or some shit, take the bitch out to some crazy restaurant. Like niggas paying for pussy one way or another. Like, but it's because they can't get it any other way.
They gotta use. I wonder where they got their initial like startup from. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about
I
Fresh and
think
Fit.
I think one of them niggas is like a fitness coach or some shit, which is crazy because he got a dad bod. And like, look, I'm not body shaming nobody because my body, I'm built like the goddamn Applejack cinnamon stick. But I'm just saying, dog, his whole gimmick is that like he fit, like he fresh and fit. Like, so I'm expecting the nigga to be swole or be like super slim or something. The nigga built like somebody uncle or some shit. Like the nigga built like somebody Jamaican uncle at a soccer games.
Are you talking about like?
Like, bro,
Are you talking about that nigga with like the hook nose?
I'm talking about the dark skinned nigga.
Oh, the dark
Cause it's
skinned
the dark
nigga.
skin.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah,
dark
the
skinned
light
nigga.
skinned nigga. The light skinned nigga look like Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy. He look like the pink nigga. Like that nigga look like a naked mole rat, bro.
I feel like the light skinned nigga is easy to. He just has a hateable face. Like that nigga, he has a hook nose. He balding and shit. He just look
Dog,
like.
and in the way he talked to them women, like
Yeah.
he got such a punchable face too because of how much of a bitch he is. Cause this one thing about dudes, and like, look, before I say this, I'm gonna preface this with I'm not the toughest nigga in the world, but every nigga who like is super aggressive with women always bitches when it come to other men. How you see dog on that podcast when he be talking and like getting in arguments with women and he be yelling and he all aggressive with the women, he yelling at them, he all oh you stupid bitch, all this other shit. I guarantee if another man was in his face, he would not be talking like that at all. It would not be the same energy whatsoever.
He just be
Like,
sucking
and
other
I'm not
niggas' dicks.
saying
He just be sucking their dicks. Like
that
when these
whole
other niggas like, yeah, man, yeah, like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, actually, women do this. Yeah, man, you're completely. That nigga just sucks dick. And then when a
that's a
woman
whole
comes on,
sphere
he
is
just
sucking each other's dicks.
yeah, like just they suck. Fresh and Fit, low key, is it a gay show? They come on, they invite men on to uplift them and like and then like when
To
women
talk
come
shit
on,
about women.
yeah, they're like, yeah, and then when women come
Like,
on, they're like, well, actually, you need to understand that this.
we low key get into the bottom of it. Incels are low key gay because look, bro, like, because incels will sit there and shit on women and then be like, oh, men are the superior race. Men are the best. Men, blah, blah, blah. Men, all this good shit. Why don't you date a man then? Like, and then these niggas will talk so much shit about women and talk how women ain't shit. All these women are hoes. This whole generation is doomed. Women are hoes, blah, 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 blah. All right, date a nigga then. Like, cause bro, all you talk about is uplifting men and how women ain't shit.
That's
So
funny as shit, bro. All they talk about is uplifting men. Like they really
uplifting dicks.
y'all really uplifting men. Like yeah, let's make a whole podcast. Fuck women, we love men. Called Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and fit.
More like, bro,
And
just shut
look,
the fuck up and get some dick. Like that's what it should be called.
I ain't even mad at Kevin Samuels no more. Cause
That's the last
I
time
feel
anybody heard
like,
about him.
cause this is the thing. Since Future dropped the music video on Valentine's Day, he had Kevin Samuels in it. But like Kevin Samuels, bro, I'm not even mad at Dog no more because he a character. I'm convinced he not 100% serious about the shit that he said.
He
But
can't
Fresh and
be.
Fit, them niggas believe what they saying 100%. Them niggas 100% believe they will for some, like they believe that shit. They really believe all that shit they say. I really feel like they really believe that shit. They really drink the Kool-Aid. And that's also the thing too, like that you had kind of touched on, is look at the audience. Of course, these like incel podcasts are so big and so popular because they're kind of preying on a specific type of audience, and that audience is these like virgin like ass like gamer boy niggas or like football niggas, whatever. Like just these like niggas who don't get no bitches,
Mm-hmm.
who could like be like, oh well, you're a man, and like young men are oppressed, like, and women are bad, and women not dating you isn't your fault, it's their fault. because women only want bad guys and hood guys, and they only want you for your money, and like it's just like it's everything that a nigga like that will want to hear. You know, like everything that an incel nigga will want to hear, that's what they selling to him. So of course niggas gonna always buy it because it's gonna always be that crop of niggas who just like don't know how to figure out life for themselves, and they need for some reason somebody like Fresh and Fit or like one of them niggas to be a role model or be a male big brother figure or some shit to look up to, because they think, oh well, these niggas got it figured out, they always got bad Latino hoes on the podcast. Like, bro,
That's what I'm
niggas
saying.
always
Like
like,
motherfuckers sell an image. Like you see Fresh and Fit with these they don't get those bitches from going up to them and talking about. So yeah, you want to know about how 80% of women only shoot 20 bit? They talk to those bitches with 5 letters, Money. Like you, and then you would like incel ass niggas sit at home and be like, damn, I could get girls like that if I just no nigga. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, bro. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. You never know what's going on
but
behind the scenes.
the even worst part about it though is pick.
Pick me
And
what?
like, I'm not even pick me's.
Oh, pick me's.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like I'm not even just shitting on pick me women. Cause there's really pick me's in any community. Like there's pick me gays who shit on gay people for the approval of straights. There's pick me blacks who shit on like other black people for the approval of whites, and like so on and so on. But like the pick me's, like when it comes to women and shit, like I done seen women like denounce feminism and like kind of take the side of the incel niggas, and it's like, you don't really believe that, like, because a lot of them be dating these incel niggas, and these incel niggas be putting the misogynistic shit into their head, but like telling it to them in a way where it's digestible to where they're like, oh well, this must be right because this dude's manipulating me to think that this is right. So like, let me also like join him in spreading this bullshit.
That's kind of like the worst thing about incels. Like I feel like as a society we have like a tendency to like see meek people and like weak people and like try to justify by being like, oh, deep down they must be a really good person. As we've seen from niggas like Elliot Rodger and all those school shooter ass niggas, no, some niggas just bitch made, and that's okay. You can not be bitch made, but being bitch made doesn't mean that you're secretly you have a heart of gold. There's a lot of bitch made niggas like incels who, if they had the platform, they just be terrible people. Like not all terrible people
Yeah,
have the confidence to be outwardly fucking terrible. And we just be like, oh,
yeah, because
since you don't get no pussy and you was bullied in school, you must be, when it comes down to it, you must want to help people. You must have a pure heart. That nigga wants to bomb the school. Like he worse than a lot of motherfuckers who some motherfuckers just casual assholes like them bully. They just casual assholes. This nigga wants to kill y'all, and y'all not taking it serious because he not bullying motherfuckers. That's always been strange to me.
honestly, I don't feel pity for like them incel niggas at all, because it's like, you can't be mad at the world because you can't get bitches. Like, come on, bro.
Right? It's like
Like, it's
nigga,
like just because.
either stop caring or like nigga, it's stuff you could do or buy pussy. Like yeah, you just gotta stop giving a fuck. If you, yeah,
See, this be my one thing, right? Because I don't even like giving niggas advice, because who the fuck am I? But like, somebody was asking me some shit about like a girl or some shit, and my whole thing about it is like, nigga, be yourself. For one, be
right,
yourself, but
exactly.
also work on yourself. Like, if you ain't getting no bitches, and like everything else is all right, everything else okay, but like just nobody seems to be attracted to you, or nobody seems to be vibing with you, maybe it's something wrong with you. Like, maybe you should
Right.
shower more. Maybe you should change the way you dress. Maybe you should start getting like regular haircuts more. Like, I don't know. Like, it's something about everybody. Like, cause that's the whole thing. I ain't gonna lie. Every nigga got one point where they wasn't getting no bitches. It was one point where I wasn't getting no bitches. I ain't had no hoes on my dick. But then I found out what worked for me, and
Right.
like I figured out and got better with myself. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't get mad at women and be like, "Oh, women only like mean guys and bad." Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, no, nigga, that's goofy shit. Work on yourself, get better. Like, I don't know, step it up,
Like
nigga.
part
Like,
of it is actually like talking to women too. Like if you actually talk to women, you gonna realize that not all of them like the alpha dude and shit. A lot of women, like
yeah,
women, like that's the thing people gotta realize about all groups of people. But for this conversation, it's about women. Women are not a monolithic people. Nobody is. They're people. Like different women like different shit. You can't just go around thinking, oh, girls want to be treated like this. Some girls want they nigga to be a passenger princess, bruh. And some girls want they nigga to be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, it's dependent on who the woman is. And it's just like, I feel like when niggas talk about, oh, women like this, your first mistake was even thinking that, like, oh, women as if they're just a whole monolithic group. No, no, nigga. Just, like you said, bruh. Just be yourself, and the right women that actually fuck with you gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are
yeah,
a person that people genuinely want to be around, it's not about whether women are gonna like you. It's, women are people, bro. There are gonna be certain people that happen to be. There are gonna be people that like you for being yourself, and some of those people are gonna happen to be women, and that's that. You know?
yeah, facts. And a lot of these niggas, like, you can tell a lot of these niggas have never had any like platonic women friends, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I'm gonna be 100. Like, this might even come off wrong how I say this, but having women friends like will actually make you less weird for real. Like, and then also, bro, for y'all niggas out there, you can have a female friend without trying to fuck her, without trying to date her. Like, because a lot of these girls be cool as hell for real. Like, if you not on that type of time, like if you really just trying to chill and like have her be your friend, like all that trying to like fuck, like quit being weird. I'm gonna just say that. I just went off on a whole tangent. I don't even know what I originally was talking about, but just quit being weird. Don't be weird and just be cool for real for the most part. Cause a lot of y'all niggas, I'm gonna tell like once again, I can't give niggas like no advice. I'm not no guru. I can't tell you like what to do and what not to do. But a lot of y'all niggas is too forceful. Stop being forceful with the hoes. You scaring the hoes. I'm gonna just put it like that. I know the language is probably like fucked up or whatever, but look, it's just simple as that. Stop scaring the hoes. Stop being forceful. Stop being weird. Stop being creepy. Stop triple texting. Stop doing weird shit like that. Like, and if a girl shows that she's not interested in you, maybe it's time to give up. Like, cause also I feel like a big problem with incels and a big problem with like men in general is we grew up on these like Disney movies and all this shit where like the dude tries to date a girl and then like she like rejects him one time, like and then he keeps trying and like in the end they end up getting together. But guess what? Those are Disney movies. This ain't real life. If a bitch reject you, leave her alone. Like, and
Right.
once again, I'm not saying bitch to be like disrespectful to women, but I'm just like putting it in simple ass terms. If a girl rejects you once, just leave her alone.
Or
Like
don't be
that
in her
whole
phone like
like,
trying to be like, oh, but why don't you like don't know, nigga. Once she says she don't fuck with you, just leave it at that, bro.
and
Leave it at that,
also
bro.
no pillow talking. A lot of y'all niggas be pillow talking. And pillow talking, just to like define pillow talking for anybody that don't know, is any form of you like going to a girl and like talking shit about another nigga, like in order to get cool points with that girl type shit. That's some hoe shit. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. Like going to a girl and being like, oh well, like why you like him? He a bitch. He blah blah blah. He ain't got as much money as me. He you a hoe. You a hoe ass nigga. And like I know I keep rambling and I'm not letting you get a word in right now, but hold
Nah,
up.
it's
I got
cool.
I got a story. I got a story pertaining to this. Cause in high school, I had a homeboy and I was trying to fuck with this girl. And like I was bi, like I was out, I was I said was like I'm not bi right now. But I was openly bi at this time. Like I didn't give a fuck about who knew. And like obviously the girls I was fucking with knew I was bi and didn't care. But I had a friend and I thought this nigga was my homie. This nigga went and like DM the girl behind my back on some shit like, oh, like, hey, you know that nigga a fag, right? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, trying to get her to stop fucking with me. And the funny part is, like, she knew it. She didn't give a fuck. And she told me, and we laughed about it. And I ended up cutting that nigga off. But, like, bro, that pillow talking shit, stop. Niggas just gotta stop. I had to put that PSA out there. Stop pillow talking.
It's just jealousy, really. I find it.
Facts.
I find it. It's always that whole like all this shit about feelings and shit. You know what I'm saying? People's feelings and romance and shit really be fucking them up. And it's just like right now I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of trying to move away from it. Of course, the shit done caught up with me, but it's just like I don't know feelings. Even when people have feelings for me, it's still weird. Like it's just like I don't know. Navigating that shit is weird as fuck to me, bro.
Bro, you eating raisins right now?
I was. I finished. I finished them. I was
You
eating
know that
raisins.
nigga was really eating raisins.
Yeah.
Bro, I got some fucking craisins.
What the
They
fuck is
cranberry raisins.
crazy? I don't know. I don't. I have never eaten a cranberry in my life, dude.
Have you had cranberry juice at least?
I don't think so.
Cranberry juice fire. Bruh, your ass missing out, bruh. Get some cranberry juice, specifically some cran apple. It's cranberry juice mixed with apple juice. It's the best shit ever. I swear to God. Like, I'm gonna warn you though. It's sour. It's kind of sour, but not like overbearingly sour. But it's kind of sour. It got a distinct taste that I really like. Type shit. So like, I don't know if you like it or not, but
I've actually
cranberry juice
never had apple
undefeated.
juice. I've never had apple juice in my life. Okay, now I'm capping. No, I'm capping. But I never had. I
Bruh,
never had
I'm
cranberry.
I'm like, is this nigga serious?
The Berlizzi. Is this nigga serious?
Bro, I'm like, this nigga gotta be playing, bro. Ain't no way.
But yeah, I've really
Ain't no
never hit
way.
up cranberry juice. I have, of course, I had apple juice, but it's like, have you ever had cranberries though? What the
I
fuck?
don't think I have either.
What the fuck is this?
What happened?
It's some weird shit on my charging cable, bro. Like some weird looking bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro?
Some weird looking bullshit.
Maybe it's some food. Like I don't even want to show it to the camera because it's just like, yo, you heard my reaction. I was like, damn, what the.
That nigga got gravy on the charger.
Oh, yeah, I gotta stop eating it here. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. It's pissing me off though. So another topic we had wrote down, or you had come up with was conspiracies and the conspiracies that people believe in and shit.
Yeah,
So what you got to say about that?
man. Okay, conspiracy. I ain't gonna say I believe in a lot of conspiracies because like I can't remember a lot off the top of my head. But there's a lot of conspiracies that I'm definitely like. My whole thing about conspiracies, there aren't really necessarily any conspiracies that I 100% believe in. But there's a lot that I'm like, if this was true, I wouldn't be surprised. You know,
Yeah,
like the whole 9/11 shit. It's like I don't know for sure if that shit was fake or not. It's a lot of evidence that like it was like well not fake. Obviously people died. People died.
right.
It wasn't fake at all. But like you know what I mean? Like set up like it was some other shit basically. Like it wasn't what was reported is what I feel like happened. But I don't know specifically like who if like George Bush did it or like I don't know none of that shit. I just know I don't think it was what was reported. I think it's more to it or some shit that they was hiding. Because also, apparently, they found like also what I'm about to say. Don't take this as fact because I heard it from somebody else, word of mouth. Don't take this as fact. But apparently, they discovered some like bones underneath the fucking Twin Towers, slave bones.
Slave bones underneath the Clinton Towers.
No, the Twin Towers. The Twin
Oh,
Towers.
slave bones under like black slaves.
Yeah, like once
Slave
again,
bones.
this was somebody told me. I
Slave.
don't know if this is 100% confirmed, but this is some shit that I heard, and I also saw a post about it. But like, this is some shit I heard. Don't take this as fact. This is not the factual podcast. Do not come to this podcast looking for like undeniable facts. We just talking.
So you heard that this like I feel this is how I feel about conspiracies. To me, they're just entertainment. I'm kind of an asshole in regards to the whole like world history conspiracies because it's like nigga, if it ain't affect me, my family, or my friends, I really don't give a fuck. Like you could say
Yeah,
motherfucking oh the Civil War was actually. I mean, look, nigga, I wasn't alive then. Like what do you want me like? I just be it's just entertainment to me, to be honest. Like, to be honest, for all I know, all that shit could be true. I don't give a fuck. Like, at the end of the day, if it's not affecting my day to day, I really don't give a fuck. You know. So
A
I'm
conspiracy that I kind of like. This a wrestling related conspiracy theory, but if I explain it, I feel like anybody would be able to like understand what the fuck I'm talking. So like, it's this wrestler named Chris Benoit, and
oh that nigga.
he had a bunch of like CTE and concussion shit. And like one day he just snapped and like killed his family, killed his wife, killed his son and shit. Now, like what happened is basically a murder suicide. He killed his wife and his son, and then he killed his. And the whole thing, like when I was a kid, I remember being a kid because I'm not gonna lie, I was a fan of Chris Benoit, and like I'm still a fan of his in ring work. Not a fan of him. Don't justify what he did. But basically, when I was a kid, I was a big fan of Chris Benoit. So like, I was low key trying to justify it on the internet, not trying to justify it as in like me saying shit, but I was like googling shit like conspiracy theories about it, like trying to like rationalize in my head that he didn't do it somehow. In one conspiracy theory that I kind of believed as a kid that I don't believe now because like it's foolish like in retrospect. But as a kid, there was a theory that like this other wrestler named Kevin Sullivan had like committed the murders type shit. And here's why I believed in that conspiracy theory as a kid though. Cause so Kevin Sullivan has history with Chris Benoit and Chris Benoit's family. Kevin Sullivan was like in charge in this wrestling company called WCW in the 90s. Chris Benoit started working. Now, Chris Benoit's wife, the one that he killed, she was actually dating Kevin Sullivan. And like Kevin Sullivan, he like was in charge of like the stories and shit. He started a storyline of his wife dating Chris Benoit. Whole time they actually end up like fucking in real life and like end up dating in real life. And Chris Benoit basically took his bitch, which will low key give him the motivation to like come and kill her and like all that shit. That's what I thought in my like fucking 10-year-old mind like was the actual details of the case, but it wasn't. That nigga did it. He guilty. That shit was fucked up. That shit crazy. That nigga was crazy. Yeah. R.I.P. to them folks.
RIP to everybody that died as well. Yeah, you know, conspiracy or not, you know, I do I know I say I don't give a, but I feel bad about the lives lost. I don't care about what them government niggas are doing, but it's just like I hate that human life has to be sacrificed. If whatever they're doing, I don't know shit. But what if somebody has to die because somebody wants to do this other thing to buy more military weapons? Look, at the end of the day, human life has to die. I think about things on a person to person basis. If people had to die,
That's the
fuck the
fuck
conspiracy, man. People had to die. It's
that's the fucked up shit about the world, bro, and like war and all that shit. Like, cause like just cause some motherfuckers had a disagreement about some oil or some motherfuckers wanted to be greedy and get more oil, like we got to go to this country and shoot a bunch of motherfuckers and like kill a bunch of civilians in the process. Cause like all them motherfucking like strikes and like drone shit we be sending over there and all them missiles and shit, they not just hitting the intended targets. They not hitting a bunch of terrorists. Most of them is just killing like motherfuckers in neighborhoods. Like it's literally like, and I feel like Americans we don't really put that shit into perspective because it doesn't happen to us. Thank God it doesn't happen to us because I live here. But like motherfucking like to put it into perspective, it's like motherfucking you watching this in your little hometown or whatever. Imagine if like some motherfuckers in another country had a problem with the police, let's say that, and they motherfucking bomb your neighborhood though. Like bomb your area where you and your family live and your motherfucking neighbors and shit. Y'all don't got nothing to do with it. Y'all not military officers. Y'all not police. Like y'all don't got nothing to do with it. But just because y'all part of this country, I guess y'all gotta suffer because just fuck it. Like that shit is insane. And then also America like be talking about all the war crimes and shit that other people committed, but America don't talk enough about the shit that we did. Like especially like in the Vietnam War, it was these motherfucking American soldiers over there. Like I don't know how graphic I could be on this podcast, but over there like SA and sexually assaulting children and like women and doing all type of crazy shit, killing motherfuckers for no reason. I'm talking about civilians. I'm not talking about Vietnamese soldiers. I'm not like they were doing this shit to civilians. They was going to motherfuckers' huts and burning it down and killing them and shit. Like just on some shit, just because they was over there just doing some shit. Just we American, we run shit. Like motherfuckers had to die. Innocent motherfuckers who ain't had shit to do with it. They probably woke up that day like, all right, we finna like do whatever the fuck we finna do or whatever, blah blah. And then this shit happened just over some motherfucking like political conflict or whatever the fuck niggas go to war about. Oil, money, whatever the fuck.
This is why, like, I've been having this conversation a lot recently. I feel like humans are like they have this propensity for destruction. Like you was talking about how the American soldiers in Vietnam were just they're just killing and raping people just because they was over there. Just be like I. It reminds me of a quote my friend said. Like if we had utopia, people just spend every time to fuck that shit up. I think that's some human shit for real. Like I feel like naturally
Yeah,
we all just want to fuck some shit up, and if we have the freedom to, and someone just gives us a vague reason, hey, you should say fuck this country and rape their people and kill their people. Why? Because oil and crime. Oh, okay, yeah, let's go, fuck this shit
yeah,
up. We get way too excited to fuck this shit up. But if we were supposed to help a country, we'd be like, you have like those weird white people talking about some kumbaya, like they over there doing that, but not as many people who will go over there to fuck something up. It's really a human issue. That's what a lot of this shit
yeah.
is.
Because
Just
like
human issues.
rage is a strong emotion. Rage is a very strong emotion, and like because even for me myself, just speaking on like my brain and me personally, I deal with a lot of rage, honestly, and like my brain is kind of wired, kind of fucked up because it's like when I get into a conflict, my brain just goes to like I want to violently react to this person.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like, but I'm not talking about like minor conflicts and shit. Like, I'm not just snapping on motherfuckers. I don't want to make it seem like I'm crazy, in it. But like when I feel disrespected, like when I feel like somebody is purposely disrespecting me, like purposely like trying to hold me, like my brain get violent because I'm like, what the fuck is you on? Like, what did I do to you? Like, if
Yeah.
especially like if it's some unfucking warranted disrespect, like my brain just instantly goes to that animalistic, like I want to beat the fuck out of this person, like I want to shoot this person, I want to whatever, like, and that's really just some human shit, and it's really about how you control it and how you use it for real. Because me, my rage, I would never like rage out on somebody who don't deserve it. You know, like I wouldn't rage out on like some random or some person. But like if somebody, I feel like if somebody's just genuinely being evil to me, like somebody's being evil to me and like they like trying to harm me or they trying to disrespect me or whatever, like that rage is gonna come out. And it's how you like distribute it. Like, cause even back, like not like to bring it back to the incel shit, but even like to touch on the incel shit, like the rage with that. Like a lot of these dudes is just angry and upset because they can't get girlfriends or they can't get whatever. And instead of like what we said earlier, improving themselves, they rather rage at the women and like get mad at the women and get mad at society and like and try to like make it a men's rights issue. First of all, we don't have men's right issues. Like men, we do have certain issues, I guess, but our issues aren't anywhere near the level of women. Like women are still treated pretty shitty in society. Rape culture still exists. Like it's a lot of shit that's still set up like against women. Like niggas, dudes don't really got to deal with that much. Like we got problems, I guess, but it's nowhere near the problems that women face. So like men's rights isn't a fucking thing. Let's stop. Let's stop. Shit.
Yeah, like all the men's rights is the same as like having White History Month. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Literally.
people who have like they've gotten shit for how, because like I said, at the same time how women are monolithic, men are monolithic, but you can't deny that the fact that certain abusive behaviors occur more often among men, and that's why you have these people that are basically creating their own movement, being marginalized to defend themselves from activities that are prevalent among men. You know, so when you have those activities going on, I feel like the people who feel attacked. They're like, well, not all. I'm just a good guy who goes to school and does it. Okay, nigga, but you gotta understand, like, it's other people that share a characteristic with you that also do this. So you have to have sympathy for those people. You may not be the toxic. You may not be a terrible toxic person, but you at least have the decency to understand that you happen to share a gender with a lot of terrible toxic people, and even if you don't like, if even if you feel unfairly, I don't really get how niggas feel unfairly attacked. Like I feel like it's more of a shoe fits thing. Like you know,
Yeah, if the shoe don't fit, then why do you
right,
care?
right. It's like you know, like a woman would be mad about like, oh, they'd be like hating on a nigga who don't pay child support or something like that, or be like, you gotta get that bitch ass nigga to pay this. Some niggas really they on the metro bus right now, evading the fuck out of that shit. And if you not doing that, if you going to work every day trying to be an upstanding citizen, you're not one of the niggas they're talking about, bruh. Like, let these people be mad at their situation. Don't be like, well, no, because me. These motherfuckers don't know you, bro. Like, they're not associating with you. Like, why do people get so offended at shit that doesn't concern you?
You want to know why I always kind of lean towards like feminist ideals?
Why?
Because all the shit they talking about, like all the shit that women complain about, I've seen it. Like literally, like everything you can imagine, I've seen it. From having other guy friends, from being in locker rooms and shit with niggas, from like being in Xbox party chats with niggas, from hanging with niggas, like from being related to certain niggas. Like niggas do be out here on some fuck shit. Like niggas do be on some misogynistic shit. These niggas do be weirdos. These niggas do be creep. Like I hate when like my whole thing about like this whole like incel shit and the whole like anti-feminism shit is niggas like you can agree with whatever you like, you can disagree with whatever you want to disagree with, but I hate when these niggas be acting like women just be lying about the shit that they go through. Like nigga, no, this shit isn't made up. These niggas do be creeps out here. These niggas do be rapists out here. These niggas do be abusers out here. These niggas do be like these niggas do be doing all that fuck shit that women be talking about. All that manipulative shit. Like niggas really be doing it. And I done seen this shit firsthand because I done been friends with niggas in the past where like they'll say some shit and I'll have to think like that's kind of fucked up or that's kind of yikes or whatever. Like I done been with niggas who treated their girlfriend shitty and shit like that. And like also before somebody like in the comments be like, oh, why are you friends with those type of niggas? I'm not anymore. Past tense. But yeah.
Those red flags. Those red flags are like it is sometimes like hard to it's hard to deal with, especially when it be like your close and then they say some like offhand shit like because it'd be like the little like seeds that you know
Yeah.
they say something that's kind of it's not immediately like the worst thing ever, but it's just like dog the fact that you're thinking like this, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro. I literally stopped hanging with a nigga in high school. Cause he said some shit that was too close like to rape for me, bro. Like, is he talking about? Because he was talking about how he was gonna link with some girl at school or blah blah blah, whatever. And he talking about like, oh, like I know she gonna want to fuck after we smoke this blunt. And
Oh
like
nah.
to me, I'm like, she ain't want to fuck before. Like she ain't want to fuck you just off the strength, like just off the type of nigga you is, or just off of you, or like how you look. Like she gonna fuck you after y'all smoke the blunt. Like she gonna fuck you because y'all high basically. Like you got to get her high for her to like even consider fucking.
It's also a red
That's
flag because
like,
what is that nigga putting in there too? What is he putting in that shit to like try and like make her
yeah,
so out of? Because it's like that's the thing. Like if you get high with a girl, y'all was attracted to each other before. It's not like it's fucked up that y'all fuck like y'all both high type shit,
yeah,
and then you like that attraction. Like do you get horny when you high?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's like
but
that.
also
It's not like
though,
you know you got to be high to fuck. It's like we high and we both trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's just bringing out a feeling that we
yeah,
both had. Not like you didn't feel me before, but now that you high, you gonna consider it like, and I'm gonna get you high
yeah,
just so you could. It's a problem with weed, and but most niggas say, I mean, like you seen that Drewski video, right? About niggas getting
mm-hmm.
these girls drunk.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of niggas was mad
yeah,
about that.
it's more widespread when it comes to drinking because drinking is just far more unhinged. But it's even a problem with weed too, to be honest.
Yeah,
Cause that,
Because honestly, like it's to me, it's about like the intention and the consent. Because all right, say me and the girl finna link.
yeah,
We both stoners. We both smoking already,
yeah,
and we smoke together, and then we end up fucking.
right,
That ain't nothing weird. But if like this girl, I know she barely smoke, and I know like if she smokes, she finna be like off her ass type shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, she might. Fuck that. That's some rapist shit.
right.
That's some rape.
Oh yeah, she's gonna wanna fuck. She's gonna wanna fuck after we smoke. It's like, bruh, you literally
Yeah,
smoking.
like
You trying to get her out. If she needs to not be in her right mind to want to fuck you, nigga, she does not want to fuck you. Leave her alone, bro. Like, leave her
yeah,
the fuck alone, bro. Like, if she don't want to fuck you sober, don't be trying to motherfucking. Don't be trying to fuck her like just smoke your little bullshit ass weed. Be like, yeah, she gonna be horny after this. God, I hate shit like that for real.
uh,
Like, I hate niggas that.
I hate
What you hate?
I hate that rape shit, bro. I hate that rape shit in general, dog. Because it's like to me, I don't understand it. Because for me, like sex is about like
Yeah,
how
it's
the
about
girl
y'all
feels,
both
like
feeling each other. You know
how
what I'm saying?
yeah, it's how like we both feeling. Like what the fuck I look like fucking somebody and they either they silent or like they fighting or like that ain't appealing to no sane person. Like any nigga that like is okay in the head, that ain't like appealing to you like a bit like who either passed out or just like not into like no, if a bitch ain't 100% into it, I'm not into it. Like
Me neither. Like, bro, me personally, I be getting turned on when the girl is into it before me. Like, I like that shit. Like, I
like
be fucking with it
like
so hard.
you on that type of
Bro,
time
like
like
if a girl over here like, yeah, you sexy as fuck. I just want to that turn me on. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yeah, let's
like
go.
you
Like,
on that
I
real
can't.
for real,
Yeah,
like you
like
into
I
conditioning,
can't be
like
fucking with a girl and she don't really fuck with me. Like, she just not into it. You know what I'm saying? Because it be a
yeah,
thousand times better when low key when she a little more into it than you. That should be that should be fire. She be wanting to fuck you more than you want to. That shit is sexy. Like this is offhand, but I just love how sexy that shit is. You know what I'm saying? When girls be like,
yeah.
nah, nigga, I want to fuck you. Like low
But
key.
I feel like that's some human shit though. Like everybody want to feel wanted.
Right.
Like that's a big thing about it. But like also like with the whole rape shit, that's not even like you not even wanted. Like you the opposite of wanted. Like you are the opposite of being desirable right now, bro. Like you literally like you force it. Like you bro, and then it also tied like not even to make it no like spiritual shit, but like you making some shit happen that wasn't meant to happen. Like if you want to fuck this girl and she don't want to fuck, it wasn't meant for y'all to fuck. It wasn't in the plans. Move on. Try to fuck somebody else or like do something. Go fuck yourself. Like literally, go fuck yourself. Like, bro, as soon as a bitch tell me no, I will beat my meat. Like I'm not like, bro, all that force shit. Like niggas be on some other shit. That's why I say like you really got to be fucked up in the head to be on that type of time. Cause it's like, bro, just go do something else. Like move on, nigga. Like
For go where you're wanted.
go
Life work
where
better
you
when
want.
you go where you're wanted. Like you like that's the thing about rapist ass niggas. Why the fuck are you so horny for this girl? Like why do you love this girl but she don't want you? You know what I'm saying? Like she's literally not attracted to you, or she don't want to have sex with you at that moment in time. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to have sex.
And
So
that's
what
the
about
even
that turns
crazier
you
part.
on?
That's the crazier part. Cause what if she wanted to have sex later on?
Right. Like what
Like
if she's attracted to you? She just don't want to fuck you right now, or she just don't want to fuck you or whatever. But you just like nah. I want it.
yeah, like you
Nigga,
done fucked around and like did some evil shit. Like come on, bro. Hell no, dog.
I hate rape. The most the scariest thing about rapists is that like you said, when you have a lot of female friends, you start to realize that sexual assault mad common. You know what I'm saying? So then like they be telling you about these niggas, and then you be thinking like I live on a college campus, right? You be having friends like yeah, this guy did this to me, and you're just like damn, like I haven't seen a picture of this, but like this nigga's really like walking among like he's just another one. I could have passed by this nigga, and he out here he a whole goddamn sexual assault, he a whole rapist. That shit's
bro.
always
All
been kind
right,
of like weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like damn, like
yeah,
and like
and
when you actually have like a lot of female friends, you realize like how revolutionary the Me Too movement is. Because a lot of these girls be like, yeah, this happened, but they didn't tell nobody or they didn't go to the police. Like girls like getting sexually assaulted and not really like doing anything about it is a lot more common than people realize it.
and to be 100, if they go to the police, nothing really go like unless it was like because and this is just the fucked up part of like our justice system. Unless you straight up like were brutalized in the assault and like the person left behind like some evidence and like DNA and shit, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna get tossed out or like they go like not really take it seriously. And it's fucked up that that happens, but that's how it is, and like it's shitty as fuck. And yeah,
It's really plus like it's just man. I just really feel bad for the women that like because you when you hear these stories, man, you be like these girls be like, oh, this nigga did this, but then we had this connection. It's just so many nuances and it's so complex, and it's like, God, this really ain't no type of situation where it's like, oh well, you should have gone to the police with it. It's like some of these girls, like they would have had like some type of emotional attachment to this nigga or something to the point where it's so like conflicted how they feel. Like that's why a lot of the time, like when it comes to like sexual assault, nothing really gets done because like even the people involved don't know how to feel. It's just there's so much nuance in this topic, and I feel like those like incel nigga or whatever people who like talk about it, they don't account enough for what really goes on and what happens. And like I know the TV shows try to have the fairy tale ending where someone go to the police and people get arrested and tried. A lot of the time that does not happen, and I think that's one of the biggest travesties of it all. You know, people need to be a lot more realistic about how much emotion actually, how much emotional turmoil actually occurs around sexual assault.
and it's so much victim blaming and shit, bro. Like, and honestly, especially in the black community, and like, I love being black. I love my community, but like, I be having to speak on the flaws in it too. And like, one flaw in our community is like we don't be believing girls when shit happens because like we be like, oh well, like a lot of a term that a lot of like older black people like to use, like, oh, she was being fast, or she was blah blah blah, she was dressing this way, or she was blah blah blah, like. And then like all of that shit is out the window, bro. I don't give a fuck if the girl was butt ass naked. All of that shit is out the window. The nigga raped said person. Like that's all that should matter. It don't I don't give a fuck if she was twerking in front of the nigga. Like if he did some shit to her and she didn't consent, like it is that's what it is. Like it's rape. Like it ain't nothing else. It ain't no way to be like, oh well, like she was wearing blah blah. None of that shit matters. All that shit is out of the window. Like all that victim blaming shit, it literally just makes shit worse. And like people wonder why it keeps happening. It's a repeating cycle because y'all blame victims. Shit just gets worse, and people don't tell anybody about things. Things go underreported, and then like nobody cares because nobody's reporting it. Nobody's looking into it. Like, yeah, that's a fatal flaw. Like
What's that?
victim
What's
blaming.
oh the victim? Oh yeah, like how old? Yeah, that shit is I feel like for all the exposés and all like the uncovering or like pulling off the rug from the floor that we have now, we still barely doing a thing when it come to like really exposing how much sexual assault goes on. We barely doing a goddamn thing. And it make you think about damn in the older generation, like these old ass niggas, if they think that this girl is just sitting there being fast, then what the fuck was like what was consent back then?
And
Like what would a what how do people go about this shit back in the day? It make you
but
think
like,
about how many women like lost their virginity to a nigga who was just like, hey, I just want to, and they just didn't know what was going on. They were just like, it really make you think how many of these older women have like just been like low key traumatized when it comes to sex as a whole.
but they think it's normal.
Right. And it's
Like And even I kind of wanted to touch on something you said a little bit earlier about like the whole rapist thing, about like being on campus and like walking right past these niggas. That's the fucked up part. Some of these niggas be blending into society, bro, and like even like I can't even put details out about like what I'm finna reference next, but like it was a motherfucker that I knew and that I was friends with for like about what 2 years now, about like a year or two now. Like I've been friends with this motherfucker like through the internet, and like dude seemed cool as hell. Like he seemed like a cool ass nigga. Like he had his flaws. Like every person got their flaws, but he seemed like a cool ass nigga. Dog do music. Like we didn't did some music together and shit. Like dog cool, but like later on, come to find out, I find out dog he raped somebody in the past, and like that's some shit. My bad. I'm looking at the ceiling because I thought I saw a bug, but like he raped somebody in the past, and I can't fuck with him like ever again on any level. Like we can't do songs. Like we can't like because that's some deplorable shit, bro. And it's a lot of shit that I can condone. Like I got family members that's in jail for violent shit and blah blah blah. Like killing somebody. Like one of my homies, if they kill somebody, like I can look past that. Like you kill somebody, like you kill a nigga in self defense or some nigga that you beef with, I can look past that. You rob somebody, I can look past that. I can look past a lot of shit. But raping somebody, I could never like just be like, oh well, he raped. That's the homie, and he raped somebody, but that's still the homie. No, it's over.
Yeah, that
That
sound
shit is
really the
nipped in the
homies. You
bud.
rape
Like
some.
that
Cause
doesn't even
like
sound right. Like
you really gonna watch that
no,
nigga. That's your homie. You really gonna watch that nigga. If he raping people, imagine what he gonna be like in a relationship. If he get married, if he have kids, like dog, tell that nigga you like don't you could keep your distance, but tell that nigga to get some help. Cause it's like if this nigga doing this shit now, and we like in our late teens, early 20s type shit, the motherfuckers if nobody checks him, he's gonna get worse. And when
bro.
you get older, the stakes get so much higher to the point where like the web of trauma that these motherfuckers be causing is gonna be so widespread and toxic. Like honestly, when it comes to like rapist
So
bitches in the
this
nigga
thing about
circle,
that specific dude though.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like about this specific dude, apparently the assault happened like when he was like a couple years ago. Like he was younger when he did it. But and I don't know if he's like done anything to anybody else after that or like in between now and then. But it's just the fact that it happened. Like it's the fact that it happened. Like I don't give a fuck how long ago you raped somebody. Like just the fact that you're even capable of doing some shit like that, I don't want you around me. I don't want nothing to do with it
right? Because that nigga could
at all.
snake you without even thinking about it.
Right? And it's like I got like like women and shit in my life. I'm a like what if you come over to my crib with some shit? I'm gonna leave my sister around you and some shit. Like my sister don't live with me, but like I'm saying like I'm gonna leave my sister around you. Like what if you end up spending the night and then like I got women sleeping around you and shit? Like ain't no telling what you would do. Like your ass is just on some whole other shit. Like I don't know. That's some shit. Like that's really literally some whole other shit. That's the only way I can really like explain it. Cause it's like it ain't no reason there or like explanation for it besides motherfuckers just sick. And that shit is disgusting. And it's like not anything that we should ever accept in society. Like people be low key trying to push that shit under the rug and try to like minimize it and act like it's less than what it is. Like no, like all that shit is not cool. Like, cause that shit just fucks up generations literally. Cause you traumatize that person. And like there are people who handle their trauma very well. Like there are people who've gone through like trauma and are able to like forget about it, or able to move on, or able to like live with it and like have it not bother them or whatever. And then there's other people who kill themselves over the trauma. There are people who that shit eats them up to the point where they can't even sleep at night. And it's like you do that to somebody, like you just like you a whole nother level. Like you just a whole different thing. I could be cool with the biggest like shooter ever. Like I could be cool with a nigga that sell coke, whatever. But like you raping people and you doing all this other shit. That's shit that I can't have no hands in. But like I can't even fuck with you from afar. Like I can't fuck with you at all. Like you cut. Like that shit is crazy. And like that dude, the dude I was talking about, man, like it's just like I can't even really call dude out because for one, I don't really know all the details. I just know that it happened and it was
Right.
confirmed by multiple people. Like I don't know who the victim is or none of that shit, and that's why I can't really put dude like name and info and shit out there because I don't know it. And like
Right.
if I were to do it, it just wouldn't be the right move. Like because I don't know everything, and then also there's other people involved in the situation to where if I said something, it might compromise some shit in their life, compromise their safety and shit. So that's why like I'm being very vague and like tiptoeing around the shit. But yeah, basically watch out for who the fuck you friends with and who you fuck with. That's why like I'm honestly not really friends with a lot of other males for me, which is why like I tell this nigga Kyle, I tell like all of my niggas that I really fuck with how much I fuck with them on a regular basis. Cause I don't fuck with a lot of niggas. Cause a lot of niggas are weird and a lot of niggas you don't know what niggas on. Like a
Yeah.
nigga could be a
Exactly.
snitch, a nigga could be a rapist, a nigga could be a pedo, a nigga could be whatever. You just never know. You just think dog cool or whatever. Cause I thought this dude was cool. Like I thought this dude was cool as hell. And this dude, like, he done did shit for me. Like he done like actually like did nice shit for me. But it's like all of that shit goes out the window when I found out that he sexually assaulted somebody. Cause that's just some shit that I can't condone and some shit like that's not some shit that I could just be like, all right, well, like I can't just compartmentalize that. Like that's big red sticker, like keep away type shit. Like
It'd be especially hard when like you used to fuck with them too. Like you used to think that they was cool and stuff. Cause it's like, damn, this whole image in my how could you? It's like they
man,
it's like I know the assault happened to somebody else, but it's like, damn, nigga, you kind of betrayed me because I really held you in this light, and you really you out here doing you lied. Like nigga, you
I
lied. You was
thought you
living
was
a
a
lie.
real nigga.
Yeah, I
I
thought you
thought
was
you was a
solid.
real
All that
ass.
shit, all them times niggas said, yeah, we don't fuck with rabies, we don't fuck with niggas. You just said, he said, you smoked the blunt and said, yeah, and pass it on. And then you
That's
over
the
there,
crazy part is he used to co-sign whenever I used to like say some anti-rape shit. He used to co-sign it, and it's like, nigga, you talking about yourself? Like, come on now, bro. Like, it don't get no weirder than that, bro.
this is
Because
why,
honestly,
oh, you saying?
and like also like the thing that pissed me off the most about it, right? He's he never told me himself. He's always just alluded to it. Like he'll say some vague shit like I've had like problems with women in the past or like I've like been shitty to women in the past. That was his main thing. He would say like I was shitty to women in the past, blah blah blah, or I wasn't the best to women in the past whole time because I'm thinking when he's saying some shit like that, I'm thinking, all right, maybe he used to mistreat his girlfriend, or maybe like he just like wasn't like maybe he just wasn't as nice to these girls back in the day. Maybe he was like super mean and shit. Maybe he was verbally like right, maybe it was some shit like that. Come to find out, his thing that like his problems with women was he raped somebody. Like, nigga, this was your little problem the whole time?
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
yeah, man, I've been
now
real
I see
shitty to
why you
women
was
in the
being
past.
vague about it.
I've been real shitty to women in the past. Whole time they a whole like nigga, you literally fucking you you you
That's
fucking
like me
stole
saying
somebody.
like I done did some crime. That's like me saying like, oh, I done did a little crime. Yeah, I done did a little crime in the past. Whole time I done killed like 50 people or some shit. Like,
Yeah,
come
whole
on,
time you were
dog.
fucking.
Like, you
It's like
can't.
yeah, yeah, dog. Like I had to do some things back in the old town. Whole time, nigga, they got a name for you. Like you the serial killer. Like dog, come on.
Like,
But
come
low key, when
on,
people say
dog.
some shit like that, when people are vague, it's low key a red ass flag too. Cause it's like, if you've been like verbally abusive before, or you've been like neglectful, that's some shit people like with enough work they could own up to. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, yeah, I
Yeah,
used to be real terrible. I used to do it because of this, because of that. But when niggas be like, yeah, I've done some really really shitty things in the past. It's like It's like the Drewski shit. Like, what do you mean by that? What do
Yeah,
you mean
like
by that? Like, what do you just
elaborate.
yeah? What were these really shitty, deplorable things that you really can't mention? I mean, shit. Because it's like if you like if you let's say like you were neglectful, or you said you fucked around one night, you were like, oh, I hate you, bitch, and you just like that. Most niggas be like, yeah, I said that, you know what I'm saying, but I grew past it. But if you just like, yeah, I've been really shitty to women. That's usually like the abuse, like the niggas you need to watch out for, who because they cannot.
Yeah,
If first of all, they abusers and rape. Like, you really think these people have good character enough to even own up to what they do?
because honestly, I'm not saying I would have accepted it, but I would have respected if he straight up told me, like, because I've been said multiple times that like I don't fuck with that type of shit. And if he was a real nigga, back when I used to go on them type of rants like I'm going on now, he would have like he would have DM me or some shit and been like, "Hey, bro, like I'm sorry to tell you this, but I did this in the past, and blah blah blah. I done moved on, blah blah blah, but I did this." I wouldn't have accepted it. Like I still would have cut him off, but like I would have at least respected the fact that he had the balls to tell.
Right.
I would have at least respected that. Wouldn't have been cool with him, but like I would have at least respected that.
Shit. Yeah. I just find like I hate to say it, but I just really I don't get how these niggas do what they do and then just blend in with other people like that. Like, that's why I guess it's really just a certain type of nigga that could do this. I could never rape somebody because I could never just be sitting there just cool and people like fuck rape and I just like get on like, bruh.
And
I
you
can't
rapping with me and shit,
yeah, and I'm
like
just
you
rapping
rapping
with you
about
like
bitches,
yeah, like I can't do that
like
shit. Like, I guess like I guess it's just a certain type of niggas. Like, some niggas just don't be having empathy like that. Like, I think that's really what it is. Like, it's just a lot of people have like a lack of empathy to the point where it's like a lot of us wouldn't even put ourselves in the position where we would, because we know if we did this shit, it would fucking eat at us, and that's why we don't do it, because we already don't want to do it, because we like we it really all goes back to empathy. It's like
yeah,
I'm not
and
trying.
it's accountability too.
Yeah,
It's a lack of accountability because this nigga specifically, it's like me and him got into an argument, like not about this situation, but about a different situation around the same time I found out about this situation. And when we were arguing about that thing, that separate thing, he was like getting so defensive. And it's like he wasn't even listening to what I was saying. He was just in defense mode, just straight defense, like argument mode. And like that just shows they lack that accountability to be like, okay, like, yeah, this what I did and it was wrong. Like a lot of motherfuckers lack that shit.
yeah,
Like,
because the
but
people
especially
who
when it
do
comes to
have
that
it,
type of time.
probably ain't out there raping people. Like, people who have good character don't do things like kill, like some niggas just it's just character flaws on character flaws.
Kill is debatable though. Kill debatable. Cause I ain't gonna
Okay,
lie.
yeah, there's reasons.
I kill a nigga if I have.
There's reasons for killing people, but I'm just like, I mean, I was using kill as like an example of like deplorable acts. I guess like rape is far
Mm.
more deplorable in like most circumstances, because it's like it's no good reason, like, unless shit,
See, I
if you
always thought I was like
maybe
the
if you
only
was in
person who
prison,
thought that, bro.
because maybe if you was in prison, you know what I'm saying, then some nigga, he going around terrorizing all the new inmates, and then you have to rape that nigga so then he don't rape the other nigga. I mean, that's the only example I could think of where like rape is like it makes it, but like, it's just like, yeah, like I can't really think of acts that are as terrible as rape, but it's just like, well,
Yeah,
I forgot what even the main point was of the goddamn conversation. Now I don't really think about in prison, like,
bro. I thought I was the only one though who thought that like rape was worse than murder. Because I always used to say this: rape is worse than murder. Because anybody is capable of picking up a gun and just shooting a motherfucker in the head. Like it's easy. It's so easy. But for you to rape somebody, you gotta be sick as hell because you gotta be hard. Like, first of all, you gotta maintain an erection. Like during this non-consensual act. Like you gotta be a sick motherfucker to go through that whole shit. Like you gotta really be a sick motherfucker to, because for you to do that shit, you have to enjoy it. Like I could kill a motherfucker and be like, oh, and kill him with my eyes closed. But for you to like sexually assault someone, you gotta be a sick person. So that's why I say sexual assault is worse than murder. Cause like killing somebody, like if it came down to it, and like it was a life or death situation, it was him or me, and I had to kill a nigga, I'd kill the fuck out of the nigga. But under no situation, in no scenario, would I ever rape somebody. So like, yeah, it's definitely worse than murder. I said,
It's way worse than murder to me. It's way worse. And it kind of is murder. You're killing a part of the person that you raped, isn't it?
and you ruining their life, like you
Yeah.
changing the whole trajectory of their life, basically. At least on a mental level, like they ain't gonna never necessarily be the same.
Like they could never like think about sex the same way. So it's like you kind of did kill them. You know what I'm saying? You crush you crush their spirit, and like you a spiritual nigga. So it's just like that is basically kind of like equivalent to death.
Yeah, and it's like they gotta, and about the whole like think of, they like can't think about sex the same. They gotta like now every partner that they have after this, like a whole new level of trust has to be, like a whole like barrier has to be like breaking down and shit. Like you just fucking shit up for the whole future of this person, and it's like you a waste of space, honestly. Like it's a lot of niggas out here, bro. I'm not gonna say nobody name, but I'm gonna just say, if you ever raped somebody or took advantage of something, like you ever did some crazy shit like that, damn, I can't even say what I was finna say. I was finna tell these type of people to do a certain action that would end in them
Dying.
unspawning. Look, I wasn't trying to say that. Look, we trying to code this. We trying to code this so we don't get put on no watch list.
Put
But
on a
like,
watch list. What do you
yeah,
have to put put on a
if
watch
you
list?
ever rape somebody, look, if you ever rape somebody, unalive yourself and don't respond. That's what I'm gonna say.
Delete yourself
In
from
Minecraft,
existence.
yeah,
Cause it's really
delete the game. That's how I'm gonna put it. Have a toaster bath. Toaster
toaster
bath
bad.
bomb.
That's a creative way to say have a toaster bad.
Yeah.
The way I like to say is goddamn play Russian roulette with yourself until you win.
With the loaded gun.
Since it's just you, you should do it with 3 bullets out of the
Russian
six.
roulette with a full
And just
clip.
keep going till something happen, nigga. If it go and then you just click, you ain't gone far enough. You gotta keep going till something happen. Put it straight to your head too. That's the rules of the game. And then when something happen,
At the temple. Like you gotta have that shit pointing at your temple.
yeah, you gotta have at least have the bullets in the chamber, man. And if it click and nothing come out, you did something wrong. You gotta run that back.
Man.
Anyway,
But like,
bro, my storage is getting fucked up. Honestly, next episode we gonna do it on over on StreamYard. To be honest, you know what that is?
hell no.
I'm gonna put you on, but let's get one last topic in because you wanted to talk about the retrospect on the Illuminati craze. I didn't even know there was an Illuminati craze in the 2000s to begin with.
Bro. Okay, so I remember like having my first phone, owning my first phone and being able to like freely browse YouTube at my fingertips. I was looking up any, and then I got to the weird part of YouTube where there's like hella conspiracies about like this around the time like Beyonce, Jay-Z, like motherfuckers dissecting they videos, like, oh, right here it's a pyramid on her shoe. So like it's it symbolizes the Illuminati, and Jay-Z's in the Illuminati and Will Smith is in the Illuminati, and they have rituals at Rick Ross' house where they fuck you in the butt and make you drink blood and shit. Like it was just a whole like phenomenon on YouTube. Just these Illuminati theories about like the Illuminati. And like I kind of want to talk about how it's kind of died out. Like there are people who still mention shit like that, but by and large, a lot of people don't really talk about the Illuminati or be like, oh, like, because I remember it used to be like every famous celebrity is in the Illuminati. Like they would prove how everyone, no matter like who it was, like they would prove it somehow, some way. Nicki Minaj, anybody you name it. Like, and now I'm just imagining what if that shit was around nowadays? Like they got fucking is in the Illuminati, and they over here fucking like dissecting the Get Busy video.
Yeet Illuminati. Somebody probably is, to be honest. It's still going. It's just way more niche because people stop giving a fuck. It was like, man, fuck it. Everybody in the
I fuck
Illuminati. Who
with
gives a
Yeet, but
fuck?
where did he come from? Like I fuck with Yeet, but where did he come from?
I want to say
It
South
is kind of
Central.
sus now that I think about it. He from South Carolina. I mean, he from South California or some shit. I think. I think
Let
he's
me
from
look. Let
California.
me look this nigga up because he just kind of came. Pause. But he just kind of came and now he okay. Yeet was born in Irvine, California, which is in
Oh
Southern
yeah,
California. So you were right. To a Mexican father and a Romanian mother, he moved to Portland, Oregon, and after graduating, he moved to New York, and then went back to Los Angeles.
as he should be respected. But
Yeet.
yeah, he fire. I don't care what nobody say. He fire. I fuck with
I mean, I could
that nigga.
honestly, I could fuck with Yeet while I'm high. I'm either listening like the times I like, I don't know, cause like I hear Yeet all the time, like just from people that around me that's playing it, and it's like I listen to it while I'm completely sober. I'm like, yeah, it is cool or whatever, but you know, it just made me want to listen to Cardi to be honest. But when I'm high, I'm like, I'm kind of
I can listen to it in doses. Like I can't listen to like hella Yeet back to back.
yeah. You could only listen like you could only how much yeet could you take? Because I remember I was at this pizza restaurant slash bar, and then this I went to the bathroom because I need to use the bathroom because of my fucking allergies, and this white dude was like he was drunk as fuck. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm on my yeet break right now, I'm listening to some yeet.
Hell no, the white niggas love Yeet. They don't find them a mascot. That's like they future. That's like how all the niggas get excited when Future drop. All the white boys will Yeet drop. All the white boys and the Mexicans, like Yeet, the low key stole Travis Scott fan base.
Yeah. Damn. What if Yeet orchestrated goddamn Astro World so he could blow up, and then they
Yeet so world,
Yeet orchestrated that so Travis Scott could fall off so he could come up because
Uncle
everybody been fucking
World,
with Yeet since everybody been kind of cold on Travis. Illuminati confirmed. Oh
Tonka
shit.
World, Tonka World coming soon.
Taco World. I thought you said yo, bro. I exposed myself because this nigga part Mexican. I thought you said Taco World.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm finna eat some tacos after this.
Motherfucker. What's that taco kit brand? Ortega
Mm,
tacos. I ain't had those in a brick. I haven't had
oh,
a taco in
that's
a brick.
man. You gotta bro, cook that shit. Y'all don't got a stove in the dorm?
That we got a stove like in this building that's like this 24-hour open like kind of like resourceful place. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like yeah, we got a stove. Number one, I've never cooked Ortega tacos, and number two, I don't give a fuck. Like they got tacos in the dining hall, they mid as fuck, but it's just like and there's a Chipotle right there, so it's just like
A
man,
lot of shit be easy though, bro. This is the thing about cooking. A lot of shit be easy. Like once you learn how to cook some ground beef or like cook some chicken and shit, and like if you know how to boil noodles and boil rice and shit, you basically know how to cook most shit. If you know how to like do basic shit like boil noodles and like boil rice, motherfucking like cook some ground beef, cook some meat up or whatever, chop whatever, blah blah. You know how to cook. Cause goddamn, like tacos is pretty easy. Tacos, you literally just like cooking some fucking ground beef until it's brown, season the shit, motherfucking like throw in a little taco seasoning packet. Goddamn, some people like onions and like chopped up vegetables. Just add whatever you like in there. You feel me? And then put some cheese on that bitch, put some sauce, call it a motherfucking day. You could like fucking fry the tortilla if you feeling like fancy and shit, but like other than that, it's pretty simple.
Pretty simple to cook up some great shit. Hey, yo, shout out to the motherfuckers that made it to this point in the video. This is motherfucking everything is mid pilot episode. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worked out all the kinks yet, nigga. But it's two niggas. This is the meat and
Everything is
potatoes of it.
loud.
This is the meat and potatoes of it. So if you enjoying this, bro, we doing this consistently. Make sure the motherfuckers subscribe. Follow Rio on his social media. You know what I'm saying? At Riooblivion on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
Underworld
even
underdog on the way.
Underworld Underdog on the motherfucking way. Hey, you gonna give him a little freestyle? End this out? Nah.
Hell no, I ain't gonna lie.
Nah. Nigga, you can
If
freestyle.
you
Come
would have
on.
told me about it earlier, you would have told me
Nigga.
about it earlier, I would have been down,
Nigga, you
bro.
can freestyle though.
I feel like I'm gonna say some goofy shit and be embarrassed as hell, bro. My luck be working against me, dog.
You one of the only niggas that can freestyle. Like most of these niggas be rapping, they be like, I don't freestyle. I don't freestyle. I can't freestyle. I don't
I
do it.
see with me, it's very much like my shit be having moods for like, cause it's like it's sometimes where I can freestyle and come up with some fire ass shit, and like I'll even be surprised at myself, like, oh, what the fuck, like I just came up with that. And then there's other times where like, I'll try to freestyle and then it'll just be straight dog shit, and I just be saying the most basic shit ever, and my brain just won't be working. So like it really, and then that's why like a lot of my music it be a mix of like freestyling and writing, and like even most of the time when I freestyle. I'll write the lyrics down and re-record the song just so it sounds more like. Because with me, a big thing, especially lately, is trying to like perfect my cadences like at every point, and that's why I like punching in because I can do a couple bars a certain way, boom, and then all that. I'm rambling again, my bad. This is the outro, but yeah,
Yeah. What's the outro phrase gonna be? Damn.
everything is mid. We smoking loud, but everything is mid.
We smoking
Everything's
loud, but
loud.
everything is big. Let's get it. I